Woo! Share your screen with your audience. Okay, got this. Oh my God. I think we're live. Woo! How are you? Yay, we are live. All right, amazing. Oh my God. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, so excited. I have been, it's just, this is, what a year last year, right? I've been working on so much stuff over the last 3 years. And I finally just got this time and I'm like, I gotta go reach out to my girls. I gotta talk to you. So I'm so excited to be here. Let's see here. All right, amazing. Hello, I see we have someone from North Carolina. I love North Carolina. My sister actually just got a place over there, so I am super stoked. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the deer over there, and it's just a beautiful area. All right, y'all. I am so stoked for what I have. Let me share my screen, but I wanted to say thank you for being here. This is really some time for you to reflect on what's been going on. What the heck are we all going through? And let's see how we can ride forward together, okay? Super psyched to be here with you, and thank you for joining from wherever you are, which I know is all over the place. Many of you will know me from the fertility work that I did a few years ago, and so a lot of this is going to resonate with you, but you will see that everything that I do is about the nervous system. Even the work that I do with my clients with fertility, it was all about the nervous system. So this is something that's really near and dear to my heart, and I think that it's super relevant for the times that we're in right now. Let me see if I can share my screen. This is actually my first live stream happening here on YouTube, which is pretty cool. All right, here we go. Share it. Let's see. All right, so I am going to try to present, and let's hope that technology with me today. All right, ladies. So I wanted to go through some nervous system red flags with you, and I'm going to walk you through this whole process of what I have. You're just going to see. We're going to go through the journey today, okay? I got a 3-step program called the Safe and Sacred Method, and that's what we're going to learn about today. Okay, so who is this for? Just to make sure that you're in the right place. This is for any woman who's been taken out of whack by life and just wants to bring her body back to safety and get her life back on track again, okay? This is particularly good if you just had a baby. So if you're a new mom and you are still within your postpartum period, girl, we got to talk, and you really are in a great place because your nervous system could use so much healing right now. You just went through so much. So we're going to get into that. But right now, you really need to be producing oxytocin. And if you don't feel safe in your body's not going to be producing it to the level that you need. So nervous system healing is really where you should be right now as you're nurturing your baby, as you're feeling safe in your body, your baby's feeling safe in his or her body, and you are mirroring each other. So this is just a wonderful place to work on yourself if you're a new mom, because let me tell you, it is going to pay off in dividends with what your child is going to take from that. Okay, your baby is learning how to regulate from you, and if you have a regulated nervous system, and if you are calm and in control and in a very loving space, your baby is going to thrive that much more as they grow into an adult. Single moms, all right. Hello. This is really good for single moms, particularly if you have a destructive co-parent on the other side of your child. All right. That's going to wreak havoc on your nervous system. I know this all too well. And there's a lot packed in here for you. And, you know, this is just, you are in the right place if you're a single mom, especially if you are not in a collaborative situation. Unsupported moms or wives, okay? You might not be a single mom, but you might feel like you are. Why? That could be just as destructive as being a single mom. Because if you are in a relationship where you don't feel like you're being heard at all, and in fact, like you're being torn down, that is also wreaking havoc on your nervous system. In fact, it might even wreak more because you can't get away from it as easily sometimes because I know single moms that really are dealing with a lot too, where that's concerned. But if you're an unsupported mom, you're in the right place. And if you're trying to conceive. So that's been my forte for the last several years. I've helped a lot of women settle their nervous system so that they're able to receive and expand and receive the glorious new soul that's meant to come to them. And so if you're trying to conceive, all of this work is for you. Okay. And like I said, some of you might know me from the work that I did with the fertility summits and programs that I had in my fertility power series. I'm going to throw in just a few testimonials right now related to that, just to give you some kind of place to land. But so here's just a few. Here is she said this was just what she needed. It helped her regain her belief and trust in herself. I am able to bring a new life into this world. And that was the belief that she was able to turn around just from soaking up all of this rich material that I was able to provide. Here's another couple, actually. I have absolutely inhaled these episodes. She inhaled them with her husband and used every thread of knowledge and wisdom to impart upon our journey. My confidence and optimism is absolutely radiating at this point, and I am eternally grateful. Thank you, Anjali. This has opened my mind to the spiritual aspect to conception, which I had not been exposed to previously. Hi, Annette. I just wanted to thank you and let you know I got my first big fat positive. Amazing. Here we go. Other one. Just yesterday, I found out I am pregnant. This is from being in the circle, from being around and surrounded with all of these life-affirming thoughts and affirmations and just being in that energy. It's really important to surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up. Just manifesting and visualizing hasn't felt as deep. So this is my next level and I am just so excited. Here's someone, Daniela. This isn't even somebody I worked with privately. She just consumed my digital products. So I've never spoken to her privately, personally. I've never met her. And she had a dream. Last night, I had a dream there was a string in my ear and it was a piece of yarn. I pulled it until I literally pulled a pair of baby socks right out of my ear and they were pink. Is anyone else experiencing spiritual signs or dreams? So this is just a result of consuming the digital products, someone I've never even met. And then this was another client that I worked with privately and just a lot of profound moments and a lot of things that happened for her emotionally and spiritually before she finally was able to have her 2 babies conceived, one through IVF and the second one naturally. So she is just very, very grateful for the entire process. And here's another one I threw in. I have loads of these, but here's one. Okay, so here she says, honestly, without a coach and without support, people like me, I just don't do these things. I don't have the structure to know what's working or what's not working or what's good or what's not good. I'm feeling overwhelmingly grateful for you. I'm thrilled that I'm working with you. So just to give you some idea of, how people feel about this, this is not my first rodeo. I've worked with a lot of different areas related to nervous system health. I just happened to put a program together in which everything I did, I didn't call it that at the time, but everything I did was calming and soothing to the nervous system so that the woman could open up and flourish and receive the beautiful soul. So this can work for you for many different avenues and for many different objectives, but fertility is definitely one of them. So let me start with a simple question for you. So drop in the chat and we'll see if it works or not. In order to stop the overwhelm and feel like myself again, do you feel like you need to find a way to duplicate yourself, to pay off all your debt, to quit your job, to move to a remote island And screw Western society, right? I mean, it's like the overwhelm right now is real. And let me ask you, if I was able to take all your stress away and put your body back into rest and repair mode, would you instantly feel better? Yes or no? Drop that in the chat. Yes or no? Would you feel better if I could take your stress away and your body was back in rest and repair? Yes or no? Let's see here. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure I know where the chat is, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Okay. So how many of you feel like no matter how hard you try, you can't get ahead? You're repeating the same stories over and over again. You're getting in the same fights with the same people. You've lost seeing joy in your life. You can't understand how everyone else is doing it. And sometimes you even feel like a loser. Drop me in the chat if you can relate to this. This is all nervous system stuff. This is all stuff like, I can't get ahead, woe is me. It's literally reflected in your nervous system, and that creates havoc all over your body. And it literally runs the show. So are you feeling like you should be further along in life? Are you feeling like everyone else has a family or a house or more money, but you don't? You feel that your partner treats you terribly. This is such a nervous system disruptor. Like, I cannot even emphasize enough how important it is to have a healthy and supportive partner. And if you aren't in that situation, you need to get that support somewhere else. Because the last thing you want is to go separate ways, sever something that perhaps it was just a small tweak, Our nervous systems, when two people are reacting from a place of childhood trauma, it's like there's never going to get better until you go down to the root and you really address what's going on. And sometimes that takes a lot of work and a lot of exploration before you finally figure it out and you can get to a calm and good and steady place again. And so if that sounds like you, then this work is really important. You might feel like you're not measuring up to those around you. Maybe you feel like there's just never enough help. You might get help from this person or that person, but it's never quite enough. You're still on empty. You're still on overdrive. You still feel like, why don't they get it? I can't take all of this on. Drop the word me if you can relate to that. Yeah. So it's important for you to know that earlier in my life, I was triggered by everything. Of course, by my mom, by my sisters, my entire family, my partners, whoever I was dating at the time, strangers, the person sitting in front of me taking up space would annoy me and trigger me. Okay. And I looked around me and I realized that I wasn't the only one living my life this way. Most people are living like this. They're feeling entitled. They're feeling righteous. They're defending their viewpoints all the time without listening. They're barely surviving while life was demanding more and more from them each day. So obviously, this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. And I realized that people's triggers are running their lives. They're not running from the cerebral cortex, which is the place of logic, which is the place of reasoning, which is your higher self place. They are not running from there. They're running from their triggers, which is in the limbic system, which is in a deep embedded part of the brain, part of the central nervous system that allows you to react quickly to get you out of danger. But the problem is that you're triggered with everything around you, so much so that you're so annoyed, you're so triggered, you don't see anything but that. That is what is stuck in nervous system overdrive, nervous system shutdown is what it will lead to. And your triggers are running your life. If you're in this place, we've got to turn that around because you will ruin your life if you keep reacting that way. So our triggers are false perceptions. The triggers are the things that react first when we're stuck in that fight or flight mode. It's deep, very deep in the limbic system, okay, in that midbrain part. And what happens is our body actually believes them as real. Our body doesn't decipher between something that is like a perceived worry, anxious thought versus something that's actually happened. happening right now, our body doesn't perceive the difference. So your body's going to believe it and react. And that's what creates that automatic triggers and that automatic snapping and the irritability and all the things that just spirals out of control. Before you know it, your hormones out of whack, your immune system is out of whack, everything's out of whack. All right. That's not what we want. People do not feel safe in their own bodies when they're triggered. They just don't. So we live in a society right now that's designed to trigger us. We are all constantly getting triggered every time you turn around. The news media is just one example of no, you can't get away from it. And when we get triggered, it alters our physical state. Our body reacts automatically. It's wired inside of us, and it's wired in the subconscious parts of our hearts and our minds. The body keeps the score. Okay, that's a mental health book actually called The Body Keeps the Score. And there's loads of information in there about how all these automatic reactions are stored in our body because of trauma from the past. All of this time that this is happening, we actually think someone did this to us or someone did something to us, when in actuality, they're just dysregulated, just as you are, just as I am. They're just dysregulated, just like we are, just like you and me. Okay, we're all in it together. And it dawned on me finally that your nervous system is literally everything. It's the key to healthy relationships, to healthy emotions, to a healthy self-concept, to greater creativity, to running a better business, to having more friends, to being a better mom, to getting along with family members, to being a better wife or a better husband, to treating your husband better, your wife better, getting along with your children, and getting on the same page with everyone else. It's literally everything. When you have a dysregulated nervous system, you're over here having this emotional experience, and it's like, you're like going like this. You're like, no, no, no. You're closing yourself off to everybody. And you feel like all these people are causing you this harm. And that's what you're doing to everyone. You're like blocking them all. And it's your nervous system. This is you blocking yourself from the life you want to live. And your nervous system is just on fire. The neurons are wiring and firing in ways to protect you, but also blocking you from what you really deserve. We need to short circuit that pattern and bring you to the other side. And it's simple to manage. I promise, it's simple to manage. Here we have people all over the place, ruining their lives, feeling like a failure, losing the relationship of their dreams, losing the love of their life, though they won't know it at the time, getting into fights with anyone and everyone who disagrees with them. Doesn't matter. Families get tethered apart, unfortunately. Relationships are ruined forever. And it's also unnecessary. Like, no, we have to stop that pattern. No, we cannot let the worst energies in life get the best of us. Okay? We have to say no to those evil entities, those evil naysayers, the people tearing us down. No. All right? It's a no, firm no. The answer to a calm nervous system is in the method Safe and Sacred. The Safe and Sacred method. It's the answer to someone who's right now living a triggered life. Okay? And I promise you, it all starts in the mind. I've been teaching this for many years. It starts in the mind, but it ends up in the body. All right? So if we can short circuit things and get things before they get to the body, you're going to be able to turn it around. So you might be feeling tired. You might be feeling like you never have enough, like you're never enough, like your emotions are depleted. Your nervous system is exhausted from all of this. All of these like weighty feelings, you're exhausted. We're going to turn it around. Okay? And I developed this method, the Safe and Sacred method, because I noticed a gap in what women needed and what was actually available in our lives and in society. So women actually need a safe place to land. Women need a space where they can feel sacred. Women need to be heard without being diminished. Women need to be congratulated, not humiliated. Women need endorsement from the other women in their life. And sometimes there are some people who never get any of this. Okay, this is so necessary for us to function as women, as females, as mothers, as lovers, as nourishers of society. We need this. We need this support. So I built what unfortunately I didn't have. And this is how I knew it was desperately needed somewhere in the world, because I desperately needed it. I was coming up short every time I looked for it, every time I talked about it. People didn't understand why I couldn't just get up and move on with my life, or, kept harping on this or that. And I wanted more than what society was offering me, what society was willing to give me. I wanted more. And I knew there was a way I could get it. And lo and behold, that's where it came from. Okay, if it didn't exist in society, or at least in my immediate circles or in my immediate arm's reach or fingertips, I was going to build it. And I did. So the safe and sacred method, first of all, it's about parasympathetic nervous system activation. So I have, of all of the work that I've done, if people who have worked with me, you know how important the breath is. And you know how much that's the cornerstone of what I do. Now, I'm not just talking about deep breathing. I am talking about different breaths that you will use in different situations. So I teach you through all of it. I guide you. I promise you that you would learn 10 breaths, at least. All right? At least 10 breaths, and how to calm the nervous system in an instance. We're going to go through the root of your blocks, because that is extremely telling to where you are today. And if you don't address the blocks, if you don't go through that, then it's just going to keep happening over and over again. So we've got to go deep with that. Okay. This is actually a 4-week program. Okay. You guys are going to be blown away when you see what you can access it for. So just stay with me here, but it's actually a 4-week program. And, in addition to getting to the root of your blocks, which is all about childhood, unresolved childhood issues, all right? We're going to really also learn some very practical tools for calming the nervous system and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is where we get that oxytocin and the rest and relax, and we counteract the cortisol. So we're going to deactivate the sympathetic nervous system, which is where the cortisol gets produced. We're going to activate the other that allows us to open up and relax and release and connect with one another. Your relationships will improve. All of this will happen just by some super simple techniques, and you'll be amazed at how well they actually work. I wanted to throw in here and make sure that I explained to you with the parasympathetic nervous system activation, there's different levels to this. Like the breath is where we start because it's the easiest and everyone can pick it up. And if you've been a client of mine in the past, you know that you already know that breath is important, but do you do it? Not really, right? Most of us don't do it. You do it with me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure that you're doing it. We do it together. I guide you through it. There's no excuses because we're doing it. We're just doing it. We carve out the time and we do it. Okay. That's in the safe and sacred method. It's built in. We also are going to work with seed sound activation. Again, those of you who have worked with me in the past, you will know how impactful seed sounds are. We're going to use our throat. We're going to open up our voice, and we're going to use seed sound activation to calm the nervous system. Sound is so important. And it actually really, it cuts through noise very quickly, very effectively to change the vibration in your body, and it allows you to settle and ground right away. So we go through that. There's also light exercises. Again, if those of you have worked with me, I love the spring of light breath. The spring of light breath is a combination of breath work and light visualization, and we're going to bring light to all the energy centers of the body. Okay, and that's going to ground and again provide this nervous system health that you deeply, deeply need. But these are simple, like they're all simple stuff. This is not complicated. Anyone can do it. And then we're going to create the plan, right? So that's like the last part, because the most important is getting you to actually do the work, feel the work, be in the work, experience the work. That's the work. And then you're going to walk away at the end of the 4 weeks. You're going to walk away with a safe and sacred protocol. So this is a plan that rewires the mind and the body. So you're walking away with a plan that's customized for you based on what we've learned. Okay, so this is not something that you just learn it once and then you're done and it's gone forever, right? Like your triggers. You're going to get triggered again. That's why we need this. You need a method to help you pull back, to not react, and to calmly disengage and know that your higher wisdom is running the show, not the limbic brain, not the part that wants to react and keep you safe and protect you. And I told you this and you didn't listen to me and whatever the stuff is, right? So we don't want that. We want you to act from a place of calm and security. And that's what the safe and sacred method is designed to do. So what has the safe and sacred method done for me personally? What this has meant for me? It's given me more time with my son, more time to build my future. It's given me better health, and it's come at a time when I really need it. Better health. It's given me more time and space to create my dreams. It's given me opportunities that have come out of the woodworks because I'm more connected and I'm more open to receiving. And this has included new friendships as well. I'm more present with people, okay, because of the safe and sacred method. It's opened doorways. And honestly, I've felt more human again. And I think that we could all use a little bit of that these days. So I want to chat and let me know if this has been valuable. Let's see here. Okay. And how many of you feel like this is something that you could use? So create or learn the tools for activating your calm and rest response in the body. So activating the parasympathetic nervous system, getting to the root of your blocks, and then walking away with a protocol that you can use again and again that rewires yourself for safety and sacredness and calm and beauty and feeling like you're in control of your life again, feeling like yourself again. So I am super happy to say that I have designed this 4-week program. I've given, this is a deal I've never offered before for only $97. This is a 4-week program for $97. Okay. And it's awesome. It is honestly probably one of the best deals I've ever offered. There's going to be 4 weekly container calls. Okay. So we do this in a group format. We're going to develop a nervous system baseline. We have daily rituals that we're going to go through. You're going to learn all the things I talked about with the breath, the nervous system breath, the light activation, the seed sound activation. All of these things you're going to learn and put together in order to ground and provide safety for yourself in a way that's going to train your body to pause rather than react. Anybody feel like you could use that? So it'll include grounding exercises, and then we're also going to focus on unresolved childhood issues, because I think this is one of the most important things that we need for a safe nervous system and a healthy nervous system, and everybody's got something. So, we're going to go deep on that, the shame, uncover things that are blocking us and locking us and keeping us in high alert state. Really important that we at least address what's going on. I can't promise that you're going to be completely healed from childhood trauma or anything that might have happened, but we're going to at least understand where it's coming from. Part of this is to help you identify what's blocking you, okay? And this is one of the big ones that we all have. So this is it. If you want to work deeper with me, I also have a fantastic deal that is a 6-week program, and it's 4 private calls. Okay, 4 private sessions. You also, of course, get access to the weekly container, the 4-week program. But this is we're going to go deeper on private one-on-ones. Okay, so fabulous deal. A private session with me is $250. I'm not sure I'm ever going to offer this again at this price, but you're going to get the nervous system reset that's offered in the 4-week program. You'll get the same daily rituals, the grounding exercises, the unlock the childhood blocks, and we'll be able to go deeper in the 4 private sessions, okay, which is really where a lot of childhood issues can actually get addressed. So this is only $450, but I want to tell you that I'm not stopping there. I'm actually giving a bonus private session away. Okay, so for anyone who purchases today, you're going to get for $0 a private session. So if you buy that $97 Safe and Sacred 4 weekly container call, they're going to be recorded so you can watch them at any time. You're going to get a private call with me in addition for just $97. Like, that's less than half of a private session with me, 1 private session with me. You're basically getting that for free and a whole, whichever way you want to look at it, you're going to get the call for free and a whole 4-week program for only $97, or you're going to get a call with me, a private call with me for $97 and a whole weekly 4-week program for free. Whichever way you look at it, whichever way you slice it, this is like really it's a phenomenal offer. I wouldn't wait on this because I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep offering this or have this open. This is only offered today, by the way. So the Safe and Sacred 4-week program, the same thing. I'm offering a bonus call with me. So if you sign up for the 4 private calls with me for $450, you're going to get an extra one. So there's actually 5 private calls for $450. It's an outstanding deal, you guys. Plus, you're going to get the 4-week container. So this is what I am up to right now, and I wanted to share with you what I'm doing. And I wanted to take you through some testimonials. This is, I'm a massage therapist as well and an energy healer. So some of these testimonials are actually in-person testimonials. So here's some people who have worked with me in the past. I truly felt as though she was imparting her healing energy to every cell of my body. It was a very nurturing and holistic experience. I left feeling completely restored. I found a stillness in her care that is the hallmark of a true leader. This is how me working with people one-on-one, when I get into that space and we zone in and we tap into that healing space together, it's like miracles happen. I have worked with many healers all over the world. Annette's massage and energy work was the most incredible. It was more of a life-changing treatment. So she came for a massage, but she left with much more. I left feeling like a brand new woman. These are kind of repetitive. Like, they all feel the same when they leave. It's like you got a new license on life. I'm a massage connoisseur. Annette gave me the absolute best massage ever. I have not seen her talent in many years on the beach. She offered special one-on-one attention with the highest quality I have seen. And I am a local. I have seen them all. Thank you, Deborah. Everywhere I felt cold, she made warm. I got a deeper, thorough level of restoration. She has an intuitive knowledge in regards to amount of pressure and problem areas. She really took her time to work through my areas of tension when she found them, never rushing and giving them proper attention. So everyone generally, the general gist is like, I'm intuitive. I know where to go. I know where the issues are. I know how to address them. I use my intuition. I don't push too much. Okay. Annette is very kind, has a soothing voice, and knows how to apply the correct amount of pressure to deliver a relaxing full body experience. The rose water at the end. Yes. Do yourself a favor and visit Annette. If you want something other than generic, don't waste any time looking anywhere else. The atmosphere was blissful and full of serenity. My wife and I both agree that this was the best massage we've ever had, period. Thank you, Kevin. And from Barbara, I just want to reach out and tell you how grateful I am for you. I am looking through the modules of daily rituals, and they are really phenomenal. I'm going to bless my food. I've been longing for more spiritual connection, obviously, which is why we got divinely put together. And I know about blessing my food, but honestly, without a coach and without support, people like me, I just don't do these things. I don't have the structure to know what's working or what's not working, what's good or what's not good. I'm feeling overwhelmingly grateful for you. I'm thrilled that I'm working with you. Thank you. My husband and I have absolutely inhaled. Oh, these are the ones I went through in the beginning. So I'm just going to just roll right through them. Here we go again. I already went through that. And then the private client that worked with me for fertility and some of her profound moments that she had, which she expressed here. I remember having tears streaming down my face because I felt with every fiber of my being that the presence of my baby girl was right there in between my hands. I didn't know her yet, but somehow I felt her presence, her weight, and I knew she was on her way to me. I didn't know what was happening, but I just kept going along with the process. Something was shifting. I continued with my regular regimen, including acupuncture, massage, etc. Around 7 or 8 months later, my IVF treatment was a success. It finally took. I gave birth to my beautiful baby girl. And what's even more incredible is that a little more than a year later, I conceived my second child naturally. No IVF, no medications. I now have my beautiful and complete family at the age of 42, and I couldn't be happier. What I know is that Annette is an incredibly compassionate, intuitive, and nurturing healer, and she will steer you in the right direction. I'm very grateful for her detailed instructions on the meditations and mantras. I felt calmer and closer to my baby as a result of them. They helped with my stress levels and helped to keep me connected to my daughter throughout my pregnancy. They came in handy during the second pregnancy as well. These meditations made me feel empowered and confident. They gave me hope and stability in a time of emotional ups and downs. Thank you, Annette. You are very welcome, Maggie. And with that, it's a wrap. I wanted to thank you. To get into my program, what you should do is you're going to go, I'm going to give you the link to sign up. It is skytherapies.com slash, no, it's skytherapies.com. Sky Therapies, you know what? I will send me an email me back at AnnetteFigueredo@gmail.com, and I will send you the sign up link. I don't know. Let me stop sharing. See if I can find okay. I really hope it's shared in here. Hi. Oh, the share is still black. Oh, couldn't see. Man. Well, we'll do it again. I'm sorry, ladies. I can't believe. Yeah, this is my first time actually streaming on YouTube. That's too bad. Too bad. But here we go. I am going to put in here skytherapies.com. Oh, what was it? Hold on. Let me get the actual link. Hold on. I'm so sorry it was black. That sucks. But we roll with the punches here. The important thing is I got this info to you because I know it is very, very, very needed right now. I haven't really been using that much technology, so I apologize for that. But this is needed. So however you get the information, just be grateful for it. Let me see. Sign up, link. I'm going to get it for you. Just give me a sec. Okay. Trying to see if I can figure. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. It's skytherapies.as.me / private call, all one word. That's how you can sign up for a private session with me, free, completely free following this webinar. I just want to get you to talk to me and let's talk about what's going on with you and what you need. I can tell you which of the programs would be best. If we just want to even just have a quick catch up, no strings attached, I'm totally fine with that. Just book the call. Okay. You can go to skytherapies.com and go to book an appointment and you'll see there the different options. Hang on. Let me go to, where is YouTube? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to drop it in here. Oh, okay. Thanks. I'm so glad you could hear me. Okay. So let's see here. that is where you'll be able to schedule a call. And yeah, so the camera didn't even work either for me. It was all black screen. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. But you can go there. You can schedule a private call. Like I said, no strings attached. Let's connect. Let's see what's going on. I actually had my board here because I just thought maybe but I didn't need it because I had my slides, but then we didn't even go through the slides. So, or you didn't see the slides. So I'm sorry. We'll do this again. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm hoping that this records and stays because the information is valuable, even though you didn't see my slides. You literally heard everything and you got everything. And this is really an important time for us to be working on our nervous system. Like what's happening today, and we are being attacked from all angles. So it's really important that we work on our nervous system health and that we keep ourselves on the up and up. Okay. I've gone through it, you know, I see everyone around us going through it too. And so I'm just so happy that this time opened up, this space opened up for me. And so I could come back to you all and just check in and see how you're doing. Okay. Make sure you book a call, skytherapies.as.me/private call. Book a call. And if you're interested in anything else, you can just go to skytherapies.com, skytherapies.com. That's SKYE therapies, plural.com. And look at the book an appointment. And if you want to schedule something, if you know that the $97 program is for you, I mean, it's a fantastic deal, you guys. $97 for 4 weeks and a bonus private call. Okay, it's fantastic. So if you already know that that's good for you, go ahead and get that. And if you want to go a little deeper, there is the 5 private sessions for $450. I still can't believe it's that cheap, but it's $450. Okay, my offer to you is $450. And I put it up there just this morning, so it should be there. If you're having any difficulty checking out or whatever, just email me and we'll figure it out, okay? But it's definitely available and offered to you. And as I get back through this technology stuff and getting back up to speed, things will be a little smoother. But I'm glad that we were able to do this today. Let's see. So yeah, it's really nice to see you. Okay, well, awesome. I am stoked. And let's keep the conversation going. You're going to see more. I'm going to really, I plan to focus much more on this now because I see how needed it is. And people have been recently reaching out to me about this topic. So I really want to help. And let's see what we can create and what we can do together. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope this was valuable for you. And I look forward to speaking to you. Just book a call. Completely free. No strings attached, like I said. Okay, let's get on the phone. Let's talk. All right. Sending my love. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.